Daytime TV is known for its drama, but some moments really stand out and get everyone buzzing. One such moment was the heated clash on The View between conservative commentator Tomi Lahren and Sunny Hostin. What began as a discussion about immigration policies quickly turned into a fiery exchange about ancestry, hypocrisy, and the true meaning of being an American.
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German.
Okay.
And really what she did is prove that my family came here.
Before we dive into all the drama, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates on Hollywood and beyond. Now, let's set the stage. Tomi Lahren is known for her fiery opinions and firm support for merit-based immigration. She's outspoken about the importance of following legal processes to enter the U.S., a stance that's made her a controversial figure in political debates. On the other hand, The View's Sunny Hostin has been just as vocal, advocating for a more compassionate and inclusive approach to immigration. With such opposing views, a clash between them felt inevitable. It just needed the right spark. That spark came in the form of some 1930 census records. During the debate, Sunny brought up Lahren's family history, referencing records that showed her ancestors, immigrants from Norway and Germany in the 1800s, didn't speak English even decades after arriving in the U.S. Sunny argued that this seemed to contradict Lahren's strict views on modern immigration policies. What could have been a thoughtful exchange quickly escalated into a heated showdown. Lahren wasn't about to let this personal jab go unanswered, and the discussion turned into a full-blown spectacle.
And for them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was possible. What is it about you that bothers them so much?
Well, it's not just me, it's anybody who advocates for merit-based immigration or has an issue with open borders. And again, just like you said, they don't seem to understand that we on the right believe in...
Instead of backing down under personal scrutiny, Tomi Lahren leaned in, using the moment to reinforce her stance. She claimed her ancestors immigrated legally, worked hard to build their lives, and rely on their own efforts rather than government support, drawing what she saw as a sharp contrast to today's border crisis. Whether you agreed with her or not, it was clear she stayed composed, even as the conversation veered into personal territory. When Sunny Hostin brought up Lahren's family history, it became evident the debate had taken a bold turn. Political disagreements are one thing, but referencing someone's ancestry live on TV to make a point, that's a move not everyone could get behind. Some viewers praised Hostin for calling out what they saw as hypocrisy, while others felt it was an unnecessary low blow that overshadowed the real issue: how to address immigration challenges today.
I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family. That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with.
The broader debate boiled down to one key question: is modern immigration comparable to that of the 1800s? On the surface, the comparison seems fair. Both involve people seeking better opportunities in a new land. However, as Lahren argued, the context has changed dramatically. In the 19th century, immigration was largely unregulated, with people arriving in droves to claim land and build their futures. Today, the conversation revolves around laws, national security, and the challenges of a modern welfare state. This apples to oranges argument became the core of the tension between Lahren and Hostin. For Hostin, highlighting that Lahren's ancestors didn't assimilate immediately was a way to show that cultural integration has always been a gradual process. For Lahren, it was proof that her family respected the rules of the time and contributed to the country without relying on government assistance. These opposing views highlight a deeper divide in how Americans perceive immigration, one rooted in identity, history, and political ideology.
I lost my job at a conservative network because I said I was pro-choice. That's a big no-no. There, it was a big no-no. I offended the community. I went on The View and I said, just a point or a feeling that I've had for a long time. I'm very limited government. Like, that's just me. I'm not pro-abortion. I'm just very limited government. That's my perspective on a lot of things. And I lost my job at a conservative network for that.
How did you know you lost your job? Like, what did that look like? So you go on The View, you say this, and then what happened?
Then they told me, don't come back on Monday to do your show. You're suspended indefinitely. That's how it was.
Were you shocked? Were you like, oh, this makes sense?
No, I was shocked. And that's why the lawsuit ensued. I have a view that some conservatives still to this day take a real issue with, and they tell me I'm not a real conservative or this or that. It's on both sides.
Let's be honest. This wasn't just a policy debate. The personal nature of Sunny Hostin's attack turned it into something far more dramatic and controversial. By bringing up Lauren's great-great-grandmother, Hostin wasn't merely challenging her arguments. She was questioning her credibility and integrity. It's one thing to debate ideas, but it's another to dig into someone's family history in search of contradictions. Lauren's response, however, didn't just defend her ancestors, it turned the tables. With sharp humor and composure, she pointed out the absurdity of the situation. Who needs DNA tests when Sunny Hostin is moonlighting as a genealogist? She quipped, turning what could have been a humiliating moment into a rallying cry for her supporters. The fallout from this exchange was immediate and polarizing. Social media exploded, as it always does, with opinions flying from all sides. Some saw Hostin's research as a clever way to expose hypocrisy, while others viewed it as a desperate and unfair attempt to discredit someone with opposing views. The debate wasn't just about immigration anymore. It was about the ethics of using personal history as a weapon in political discourse.
Provide them with DNA, 23andMe, because I cannot believe the detail on your background that they were able to get.
Well, I don't have to. She did all the research for me, so I'm sure my family is very appreciative.
What about Joy saying, though, what are your skills? It's beyond research. It is personal. It is mean.
Well, of course, this is classical Joy Behar, but I would like to ask Joy Behar what her skills are, because perhaps we could swap stories. I know I watch Joy, and she seems like a highly skilled lady, but for her to attack me, that's really interesting. Those in glass houses should not throw stones.
The hosts of The View found themselves in a delicate spot after this fiery exchange. While Hostin's attack struck a chord with viewers critical of Lauren's policies, it also raised concerns about the tone and tactics used on the show. The View is famous for its spirited debates, but this moment blurred the line between challenging ideas and making things personal. Turning someone's family tree into a battleground left many questioning whether this was a step too far. As the dust settled, the conversation circled back to the real issue: immigration policy. Lauren emphasized that her stance isn't about rejecting immigrants, but about enforcing the rules. She made a clear distinction between legal immigrants who follow the process and those who cross the border illegally. Despite the personal attacks, her ability to stay focused on this point showcased her debating skills and resonated with her supporters. Hostin, meanwhile, stood by her decision to bring up Lauren's ancestry, saying it was meant to illustrate the complexities of immigration. However, the controversy over her approach overshadowed the larger message she was trying to convey. By focusing so heavily on Lauren's family, she unintentionally handed her opponent the upper hand. Lauren didn't just weather the attack, she turned it into an opportunity to strengthen her narrative. Her response, pointing to her ancestors' hard work and rule following, echoed the American dream story that resonates with many conservatives. However, it also sparked a deeper discussion. What does it really mean to follow the rules in a country where those rules have shifted so much over time? Ultimately, the drama reignited debates about identity, history, and the role they play in
I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s, when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family. That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with.
Immigration policy in the 1800s was worlds apart from the complex system we have today, a crucial detail often lost in debates that reduce the issue to catchy sound bites. The clash between Tomi Lahren and Sunny Hostin wasn't just about immigration. It captured the broader cultural and political divides shaping America today. On one side, there's the belief that immigration is a cornerstone of the nation's identity, deserving an inclusive and compassionate approach. On the other, there's the view that strict law enforcement and a merit-based system, focused on self-reliance, are key to preserving the country's stability. The irony? Both sides likely share more common ground than they realize. Lahren and Hostin both value the contributions immigrants have made to America, support the importance of cultural integration, and are fighting for what they believe is best for the country. But in the heat of live TV drama, these shared values were buried under the theatrics. This wasn't just a clash of ideas, it was a reminder of how personal politics has become. When debates move from policies to people, the stakes feel higher, and the arguments hit closer to home. Whether you're Team Lahren or Team Hostin, one thing's clear: this debate is far from over. And let's face it, genealogy has never been this controversial or this entertaining. What's your take? Is it fair game to bring personal history into political debates, or did this cross a line? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. See you next time.